And it goes a little something like.
Hey guys, how are you? This is Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be reacting to the 2.4 event of Genshin Impact. Here in Brazil, it's almost 9 a.m. It's 8:55 and I'm super excited. So I think I already said a lot. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, okay? And click the like button if you like it, my reaction, okay? So after that, all being said, let's go straight to the reaction. Let's go.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
Oh, the
Jade Chamber belongs in the
Jade
sky
Chamber
amongst
will
the
come back.
clouds.
I remember when I was doing that quest.
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the
Oh,
platform
look at the
and
lanterns.
looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. However, it is not only out of consideration for
I'll
myself
be
that I
able
have
to
built the
do
Jade Chamber
the
anew at this
Play the
time.
Lantern Festival.
I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world.
Deep down inside, I wish I could slow down time.
Oh, Genshin skin!
feel
So
very
beautiful! I
fortunate
want
to
that.
be right here.
I want that skin.
Enjoying the
Nico
fireworks.
skin. Shao!
Enjoying the view of Liyue Harbor.
Shao! Shao! I'll finally get him. Oh. Ah, Eugene! So beautiful. I think, honestly, guys, I think she is the most beautiful 4-star character in the game. I'm not kidding. Her design,
The divine
look at that.
Castle of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Oh. Shenhe?
Perhaps the little girl was
Shenhe!
not as brave as the opera makes her out to be.
So beautiful. The animation.
Transfiguration.
Jet Set animation. So
Your
beautiful.
master's bidding.
Guys, I'm having goosebumps. Shao, Shao. I can't believe it. I will have Shao, guys. I'm saving the Primogens for a long time. Only for him. You don't have idea how I'm super excited for Shao.
World is already sealed. Soul shall turn to dust. Let the flames of redemption burn from the ashes to this world anew. How brightly burns the truth!
You monsters.
Inferno's call!
Oh.
Is the time for my
It's gonna be OP.
It's
It
not
feels
gonna be
like
easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Oh my god, I'm super hyped for that.
If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
I can always destroy another Jade Chamber. That was amazing. That was great. I need to send the code for my viewers. Oh, who's him?
各位旅行者，晚上好！欢迎大家来到《原神2.4》版本《飞彩涓流年》的前瞻特别节目。我是《原神》的战斗设计师 Heis， 今天会由我来为大家介绍新版本中和角色有关的内容。
Oh, okay.
在新版本中，我们最先迎来的将是全新的魔神任务肩章风起鹤归。大家应该已经在刚才的视频里看到了群玉阁，而这次的魔神任务讲述的就是关于群玉阁重建的故事。群玉阁原先作为天泉星凝光的住所，整体的设计宏大，不仅堪称富丽堂皇，在之前的魔神任务中，为了击败漩涡魔神奥塞尔，凝光毅然决然放弃了这个对自己意义非凡的建筑。一路而来，相信不少玩家都想要见到群玉阁重现辉煌的样子。当听到凝光提出重建群玉阁的计划时，作为璃月大英雄的旅行者，想必也会挺身而出。 不过，重建全域阁将会是一个巨大的工程。所幸在本次的故事中，旅行者不是孤身一个人，我们的新朋友申鹤、云锦也会各自发挥所长，助大家一臂之力。此前大家可能已经通过角色卡初步认识了这2位新角色，接下来就由我先做一个简单的介绍，带大家了解他们的身世和性格特点吧。
She's so... Her body goes, guys. Look at... Oh, ah! She's not gonna be a DPS, right? So beautiful. Her hair. I just love it so much. Look at the animation of the attack. Look at that.
My name is Shen He. I was born fated to bear the curse of calamity, so I am prone to bring harm to the people around me. The Adepti urged me to bind my soul with red ropes to keep my homicidal nature at bay. If you are able to walk alongside me without fear... Very well. Now, give me your hand.
首先，我们来看一下申鹤。申鹤虽然师从流云借风真君，但却不是仙人，而是和重云一样，出生于驱邪世家的凡人。申鹤在小时候经历了常人难以想象的苦难，然后在机缘巧合之下被师父收留，从此与世隔绝，以甘露为饮，以山川为家。凭借绝佳的悟性，申鹤赢得了诸家仙人的青睐，修得了一身仙家术法。由于他常年在山林之间隐修，少有人际交往，久而久之，性格就变得更加淡漠，全然不懂人情世故。即使曾向路人施以援手，也只认为是理所当然之事，飘然离去。而受他帮助的人误以为是仙人下凡，开始传言说璃月又多了一位本领高强的白发仙子。说到这里，大家可能就好奇了，听上去如此厉害的一位角色，他又会有着怎样的本事呢？
All the Liyue characters are
申鹤是一个能够
very
在战斗中召唤分身并肩作战，并为冰元素的队友创造输出环境的辅助型角色。元素战技养灵卫照降异咒点按和长按时，会以不同的方式造成冰元素伤害。以任意一种方式释放元素战技时，申鹤都会为附近队伍中的角色附加冰灵效果。附加了该效果的角色，使用普通攻击、重击、下落攻击、元素战技和元素爆发造成冰元素伤害时，将基于申鹤当前的攻击力提高造成的伤害。固有天赋附灵通真法印会在申鹤释放养灵卫照降异咒时，根据技能的释放方式获得不同的效果。点按时，附近队伍中角色的元素战技和元素爆发造成的伤害将会提高。长按时提升的则是角色的普通攻击、重击和下落攻击造成的伤害。当申鹤释放元素爆发神女潜灵真诀时，分身陆灵将在场上持续造成冰元素伤害，同时会使领域内敌人的冰元素抗性与物理抗性降低。解锁申鹤的另一项固有天赋大洞弥罗尊法后，领域内的当前场上角色还将获得冰元素伤害加成。在日常冒险时，申鹤的生活天赋来复之时可以使他在璃月地区执行时长为20小时的探索派遣任务时增加获得的奖励。作为坊间传说，申鹤的经历流传到了璃月港，被演绎成了戏台上为人所津津乐道的戏曲。而在戏台上表演的正是我们接下来要介绍的新角色，璃月最有名的戏班云汉社的当家主事云锦。
云锦。Honestly, Xianhe is so beautiful, but I don't have the gems to pull for Xiao and Xianhe at the same time. And I hope Yujin comes in the same banner as them. I'm super excited for her. She's so beautiful. Honestly, I really thought she was going to be an Nemo character.
卷来花缠卷，风流尽在山水
Goosebumps.
间。
Oh.
As the saying goes,
beautiful.
you never truly know
Her
someone
voice is
until
so
you meet them
beautiful.
in person. And at long last, I finally have the great honor of meeting you today.
Oh,
My name
yo,
is Yoonjin,
this voice is
and I am
so
humbled
pretty.
to be the director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. We have been performing at Hayu Tea House as of late, and we'd be honored to have you attend a performance sometime.
在商业繁荣、文娱活动十分兴盛的璃月港，前往和玉茶馆听云锦唱上一段戏曲，算得上市民生活中的一大乐趣。云锦通晓梨月戏文化中的各种讲究和门道，既会演戏也会写戏。戏台上的她机灵灵动，写作时的她笔下生花，是一位才气十足的戏曲艺术家。那么，这样一位戏曲名角在进行战斗时，又会有着怎样的表现呢？作为一名颜元素的辅助型角色，云锦对于以普通攻击伤害为主要输出方式的队友来说，会是一位可靠的后盾。他的元素战技称为玄云开相，在长按时会摆出玄云开相之架势进行蓄力，松开技能按键时，云锦会挥舞长枪，释放积攒的力量进行攻击。在技能的蓄力和释放过程中，云锦还会为自身展开护盾。依据蓄力的时间，释放时的状态将分为1段蓄力与2段蓄力。解锁天赋误守本真，若云锦在被攻击的瞬间释放元素战技，则会直接以2段蓄力的形式释放。如果能掌握好释放技能的时机，就可以更加有效地打击敌人。云锦的元素爆发破障剑晶移可以造成炎元素范围伤害，并为附近队伍中所有角色赋予特殊效果飞云奇阵。处于飞云奇阵效果下的角色，对敌人造成普通攻击伤害时，会基于云锦当前的防御力提高造成的伤害。在戏曲中追求不同文化碰撞的云锦，在战斗时能够从类型更为多元的队伍中获得收益。解锁天赋莫从横溪，当队伍中存在越多元素类型的角色时，飞云奇阵提升的普通攻击伤害值也会进一步追加。身为戏曲表演艺术家，云锦不得不为了保持体型而侵蚀养性，所以在他完美烹饪冒险类食物时，还有一定的概率获得2倍产出。作为角色的设计团队，从不同的文化中汲取灵感，提炼后用游戏的语言进行表达，是我们一直以来呈现角色设计的原则。这次在2位新角色的创作过程中，开发组同样也融入了许多的细节。比如在申鹤的动作和特效设计中，美术同学拿到设定后就先确定了2个关键词，一个是仙气，另一个则是驱邪。仙气是由角色的气质出发，其表现方式参考了中国武侠文化中的轻功这一概念，在申鹤的普通攻击与元素战技的动作中都会有所体现。另一个设计要点驱邪是与申鹤的身世背景相呼应的。驱邪作为一种作战方式，通过分身和符箓这2个概念来进行传达。相较于申鹤的本体，大家可能会发现术法召唤出的陆灵的气质会更加的善战。另外，符箓这个元素在申鹤的待机动画中也会有充分的表现。在云锦的设计中，对戏曲文化的敬畏和发扬始终是我们的出发点。由于云锦的配音涉及到戏曲内容，项目组首次尝试了由配音演员贺文霄老师和专业的戏曲表演家杨洋老师2人分别演绎角色的台词和唱段，尽可能将戏曲的魅力传递给玩家。同时，在云锦的动画设计中，我们还融合了戏曲特技动作与传统武术的特点，做了一段五花枪的演出，以戏曲元素为基础，理解并吸收新的文化要素，将传统的内容以创新的形式演绎，去唤起观众对传统文化的热情。这既是云锦的心愿，也同样是我们作为游戏内容创作者的一份期待。同时，我们也将云锦这个角色更多的设计故事制作成了短片，短片将会在1月中旬和大家见面。感兴趣的玩家请不要错过。接下来还是让我们把目光转向备受大家关注的新版本活动起源吧。在之前 2.3 版本开放多个角色活动起源后，我们也感受到了旅行者对于角色复刻的热情。在本次 2.4 版本中，我们也会结合版本内容来推进一批角色的复刻， 本次 2.4 版本第一期的起源中，游戏内将同时开放角色活动起源、多权入室与角色活动起源2烟火之妖、新角色申鹤、云锦以及我们的降魔大圣萧都将迎来干预。而在第2期的起源中，角色活动起源灵手赤潮与角色活动起源2福生如来将会开启。钟离和甘雨2位老朋友也会分别出现在活动起源中。那么新角色的介绍到这里也要告一段落了。在角色剧情方面，2.4 版本更新后，宁光的邀约事件、玉阁龟克志与云锦的邀约事件玄歌之雅意将会开放。希望在新的故事里，旅行者们可以和他们共度一段美好的时光。此外，全新的5星长柄武器西哉将会出现在新版本的神柱复兴活动起源中。感兴趣的旅行者可以从官方后续发布的公告中了解到这把武器的详细属性和效果。除了与新朋友的邂逅，1年1度的海灯节也是我们新版本的重要内容。这1年的海灯节又有哪些值得关注的点呢？稍后片刻，一段短片之后，我的同事将会给大家带来更多精彩的内容，还请大家持续关注我们的节目。
Oh, thank you. Guys, finally we finished and I'm so excited, so hyped. I don't think I can even put in words, especially in English, how excited I am for 2.4. It's way better than 2.3, honestly. It's way better. It's gonna be amazing, especially because I will finally have my Xiao that I was waiting so long. I am personally super hyped about the Lantern Festival, the skins, especially the reruns with Songli and Xiao and Ganyu, of course, and the 2 new characters, especially Yujing. I thought she was so pretty. I just loved her voice so much. And anyways, I'm super excited and I hope you guys like it too. And once again, if you want to see me playing Genshin, I am on the purple website that I can't say the name, okay? And all my social medias will be linked down below. I already did a lot of reactions of Genshin Impact and I will put a playlist here for you guys to check it out later. And thank you so much for watching this with me and see you on my next reaction. Bye bye!